Hi, it's me again with Corel Tips and Tricks. This is basically just playing, but it's pretty cool. And I did, all three of these are the same thing. I did them exactly the same. So this is a square, this is a polygon. And you could do it with any shape that has some sort of corner to it. And that printed on a black shirt. Anyway, we're going to take a polygon. We're going to make it six-sided. We're going to hit P and put it in the center of the page. We're going to make it a line thickness of like, well, we want it to show up right off the bat. So there's a line thickness. Now, for this to work, you've got to convert that line into an object. Now, and the real reason I'm making the video is to show you what the duplicate key can do more than just make a duplicate. It can alter the duplicate and keep altering it. So we're going to Control D. We're going to make it 98% as big. And we're going to rotate it 2 degrees. Okay. Now, when I rotate it again, if you look up right up here, now it's 4, but it's 96. And then Control D, and it keeps going down by 2. Now, at one point, the line, and I need to figure that out, the line got thinner and thinner and thinner. So you can't go but so far with your color because that color is going to leak. I hope that makes sense. So on this case, we have to go, way back into, because what I want to do is take now the Smart Fill tool and fill that in, but you see it leaks. So let's do a little bit. Maybe I started off too big. And let's just delete that and start over because I want to at least give you some. And maybe my line wasn't as thick as I could have made it. So let's make it like that thick. Go up to Object, convert it to an outline. Let's Control D. Let's rotate it 98 and make it, or I made it 98% as big. And let's rotate it 5 degrees. Or 5 degrees this time. So now I'm going to Control D. And at some point I'm still going to I'm going to lose my line because the line keeps getting thicker, thinner and thinner and thinner. I'm almost thinking at some point, well, we're pretty good. Now at some point when you stop and Control D-ing, you'll have to go 165 and 34%. Because it won't continue it. I think we could get one. Okay, I think that's the last one before the color's going to leak. See, right there, it's going to leak. Let's test it. And that could be just from, whoa, good. So what we want to do now, this is pretty important, take all of it and group it. Because that way we could get rid of everything in a minute or move it out of the way. I'm just going to do it in black, and I can't really think of a quicker way to fill this in. You could fill in the whole thing maybe with a color between the line. And the reason we converted it to an object is if we didn't do this, it would actually bleed through the line. And because all lines are basically hairlines that look thicker, but this is actually an object. We went pretty far with our color. I would like to go even further. Now, the reason we group this together, so we can move that out of the way. Now, you cannot do a bunch of interactive fill tool with something that's so big, so you have to do one at a time. So we're going to make this yellow, and then we got to go to Object and group it together. And then we're going to take the interactive fill tool. I'm just going to do a simple red one. In other words, you couldn't do this whole thing like that. Now let's go ahead and put a black box around it. Now, because I started in the center of the page, I don't have to do anything to make it look good. I don't have to move it. So I'm going to Control D, alternate C. And because it was 6-sided, it's going to end up being, see, the rotation is there now. To get it off there, You can either do 60 degrees. Let's try 60. Or you can do 72. It just has to be divisible. And then Control D, Control D. So that one, I think these I actually did at 72, so there's more space between them. That looks pretty cool. I mean, I don't know what you'd ever do with it, but it just, the point I was trying to get, if we make this thing 10 inches and you Control D it, and the next one you make it, well, we made it, so let's, we could always go +2 and then rotate it 2. And then every time you see how it's getting bigger. Boy, that might be one to fill in. Because maybe I started off with a pretty big square, so I'm only going to get to this far. Now, this is a good thing I'm going to show you here. Why I would convert it to a line or to an object. I'm going to group those together. Let's just fill in some of these with the Smart Fill tool. See, there's no space between them. One, they're hairlines, but even if we made them non-hairline, there is a space there, but it's just a real thin line. Now let's get rid of these. And let's take this and see if I can make the line. Okay, now I made the line thicker, but watch this. It still doesn't put a space between the line because it's going to this line is actually a hairline that's thicker. If we look, it's going to the middle of the line where we would have to do it, to make it work, you have to convert it to an outline first. You cannot, I don't think you can, yeah, see, this is grayed out. So you have to start with it being an outline. Now, I don't know if we can do anything extra to this. A lot of times, the interactive fill tool, yeah, it won't do it. Too many objects. Anyway, I hope that helped a little bit. Thank you for watching.